welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to all those who are new and welcome back to those who have been here before. So I thought I would do a breakdown of my 10 favourite supplies from 2022. So these aren't necessarily things I bought in 2022, but they're my things I have used the most in 2022. So I've just got my list here. I literally went through all of my colouring pages and did like a tally here. So the first one is my acrylic paint pens. So I have, so Poscas are the ones I have the most of. So I have these ones, which are the PC1MR, and I've got them in a variety of colours, kind of the primary colour set. Like it's got a red, a black, a purple, can't find them, purple, pink, blue, purple. And then I have these really thick ones, PC5M, and I have them in silver, gold, white and black. But then and I use these a lot for highlights. See if I can find you a picture where I've used them. And going over kind of black lines. And things like that. I wonder if I put some in here. Yeah. So in here, you'll see that's all Posca. All these white dots, they're all Posca pens. And little stars that I drew in. So yeah. So that's what I kind of use them for. So going over the black lines to make them white, using them for highlights on like fruit and vegetables, creating little effects in the sky. And I've got a mixture of colours, but I also bought last year secondhand some graffiti acrylic paints by Flycy, and I've got them in lots more different colours. The Poscas I've only got a few, and these Flycy ones, there's like 16 or something in a pack. So that's the swatch for those. So I've got a variety of acrylic paint pens at the moment, and I quite want to try the Thule Arts, but I think I'm going to finish these up before I invest in any more. But yeah, acrylic paint pens is kind of one of the top things. The next thing on my list was my Distress inks. Now, I tend to like to use the Distress oxides, and so I have these, the big square ones. I only have a few colours, I don't have them all. I've got Wilted Violet, I think this one's Milled Lavender, Speckled Egg, Scattered Straw, Walnut Stain, Kitsch Flamingo, this is like a sage, I think, bundled sage, and so on. I'm not going to get them all out. And I like to use them for backgrounds. And there's lots of, I don't know if I've got anything here. There's lots of different effects you can make with them. So I've got one in here, I think, which is that's my daughter's book, not my book. I don't think I've got anything in my Christmas book where I've done it with those. I haven't got anything down here at the moment, but I tend to use them for backgrounds. I tend to like to mix the colours, and one thing I have these tools. You put like a pad on the end, but I don't like using them for the inks. I tend to like to use these kind of makeup brushes, and I've got a variety of these in lots and lots of different colours, and the application of them tends to be a lot lighter when you use these than it is with that circular brush, and I find them a lot easier to apply with these tools than I do the circular pads. And I tend to like to spray water on them to get like different effects. I like to use stencils and baby wipe some of the ink off to get effects, and yeah, I just really like them. So they're definitely a kind of backgroundy type thing for me, but I've used them quite a lot in 2022. Then my next supply is my Coliro watercolour paints. So I think I definitely did buy these in 2022. And I think I bought them from Craftlia, which I think is a European company. And I picked my colours and I bought this palette to house them in. So I've got, I think this is like silver, this is Inca Gold, this is, oh, I might have it somewhere. Yeah, okay. So this is Stardust, this is Moon Gold, and I have used that a few times for a moon. Inca Gold, Cinnamon, this is Blue Pearl, and I use this a lot for fairy wings. This is Mint, Fiji, Midnight Blue, I've used that a lot for water. Blackberry, I've used that on a Johanna Basford owl page. Deep Purple, Fairy, again I've used that on wings, and this is Red. So they're really nice pans, they're completely and utterly secure. I picked the colours that I wanted. You can buy packs that have got like already kind of curated, like you can buy lots of different golds all together. These ones are like, you can buy them in a pack with like Medusa and Dragon, and they're all kind of these iridescent colour changing ones. But I just wanted this mix of colours because it went with what I already had. And they're just really beautiful. And they're just lasting me ages. So yeah, that was my Coliro watercolour paints. The next thing is my TBC Silky Gel crayons. Again, I think I purchased these in last year. This is a 36 pack of gel crayons, and I absolutely love them. I'm not sure if I've got anything down here that I can show you that I've done with them. Don't know if that was with them. That might well have been with Gelatos. This I think is a background with them, and so I tend to use them dry. They are water soluble, but I tend to use them dry, again with the similar brushes that I use for the Distress ink, because again I find it much easier to apply that way. These are a lovely set of colours. Where's my book? I can't seem to find anything today. Oh, it's because it's right in front of me. I'll just find you the swatch for these. I did swatch these out. So that is the swatch for the Silky crayons. Really vibrant colours. And they're really easy to use. I'll get you one that I probably don't use very often. They don't have colour names on or numbers, so I've kind of made up the colours myself. But yeah, so they come in like a nib like that, and you just twist them to extend. So there is quite a lot in there, and I haven't really used mine that much. And I tend to scribble on my, I've got a Caran d'Ache palette, and this is got a texture on one side and it's smooth on the other, and I tend to scribble on the palette with the crayon and then pick that up and then transfer onto my book with these brushes. And again, it just creates a really nice effect, and I really like these for backgrounds. They mix and blend together really nicely. Nice selection of colours, and relatively inexpensive actually. So yeah, that would definitely be, it's definitely in my top 2022 supplies. Then the next thing is my Arteza Everblend Ultra alcohol markers. Now this was definitely a purchase in 2022, mainly because I hadn't got any and I wanted to see what they were like. And there was lots of different brands of alcohol markers. There's Ohuhu, there's Copic Chow, there's Spectrum Noir, there's these ones. And I didn't really know at that point how many I wanted, what I wanted. And these Arteza Everblend Ultras came in a pack of 36. Again, I've got 2 curated sets. One's a tropical tones, one is ocean tones. And they seem to just have all the colours that I wanted. So that's the swatch there. So obviously the ocean tones have got lots of blues. I've got a few greens, and some reds, some pinks, and some purples, and a few greys, a black. And that's about it. But they have all the colours that I like. These have a fine nib and a chisel nib. I really like them. They work really well in my books. I tend to use them a lot to base Hannah Lynn pictures. So this is all based with alcohol markers. I tend to use them a lot for one-sided things. So I've used them a lot in Matchstick Mouse. And I use them in a Holly Jolly Christmas at Christmas time. So yeah, I really like them. My daughter really likes them. One thing I have found, which is really annoying, so the Arteza Everblend Ultras, you can't buy singular pens. But the Arteza Everblend markers, without the Ultra, they do. You can buy singularly, but in packs of 4. So what I'm having to do at the moment, so for instance, I've just run out of Pale Sand in my Ultra set, and in the non-Ultra set, they had one called Linen Grey, and you can see that the colour match there is virtually identical. So now, as I'm running out, I'm replacing them with Arteza Everblend and matching the colours up. So that they're, it's so frustrating. And I did email Arteza and say, okay, so what matches this in this set? And because I'm running out of pastel orange and I think it's light clay brown, and they suggested one that wasn't even remotely the same. So I'm going to have to do a lot of kind of working out of myself, but I couldn't have been more happy with the fact that matched so well. So yeah, but they're $3.99 for a pack of 4, which I think is pretty reasonable for a replacement pen. Because I don't want to fork out for 100 pack of Ohuhus, because Ohuhus are not sold open stock. So yeah, I really like them. Bit frustrating that they don't sell them singularly, but I think I'm going to manage for the moment. So that's my Arteza alcohol markers. The next thing is stickles. I think I put stickles on practically every page that I do. So I think my favourite ones are diamond, or a crystal, waterfall, and glisten. I think they're my favourite ones. Like crystal, I definitely need to buy a replacement of. I haven't got much left in there, but these ones are kind of my favourite. I do have quite a few others now. I've got Mermaid Tail, Cosmic. I've got a yellowy one, Sunburst. I've got a red and a green for like Christmassy type things. And I've just got a crystal and a black crystal for Christmas. So I put them on practically every page. And I do also have these glitter gels. So this is a gold one, Cosmic Flare, and this has like stars in it as well. So I've got quite a few of those in pots. But I use stickles practically on every page. I absolutely love them. And I've got quite a nice collection of them now. And I wouldn't be without them. You can get cheaper versions like Dove Craft, I think, are sold in the range for something like $2.99. They're very reasonable. I've just always quite liked the stickles. So that's those. The next thing is my colouring pencils. I have 3 sets of colouring pencils that are my go-tos. I have my Polychromos. I built up my collection via open stock, and I bought them all from, I think mine are from Spectrum Art, and they were something like £1.76 a pencil. And I ordered them in like packs of 10 or packs of 12. Built up my colour collection that way. I didn't buy the gold, like the 3 metallic versions in there. And I have this in one of these pencil cases, which I love. And some of my pencils are beginning to get small now, which I don't mind. Means I'm using them. So Polychromos is one of my go-to pencil brands. Another one is my Black Widows. I have the full set of Black Widows as they stand at the moment. So again, I have one of these pencil cases. So there are 3 main sets of Black Widows: Cobra, Scorpion and Black Widow. Then there's a light skin tone set and a dark skin tone set. Then there's a Monarch set and a Dragon set. And all in all, it makes 180 pencils. But I really like these. I use these primarily in all of my Hannah Carlzon books. Anything with a bit of tooth seems to love Black Widows. I quite like using them in Johanna Basford as well. So that's my other go-to pencil set. And then my third go-to pencil set is my Arteza Expert. So I bought these secondhand, and I have a 72 pack of Arteza Experts, and I love them. I use them primarily in my Rita Berman books, as that paperist loves them. I also have a second set of these, which I also bought secondhand because I knew some of these were running low. And at that point, at the time I bought the secondhand case, you couldn't get new ones on the Arteza website for love nor money. Not the 72 pack, not the 120. Couldn't get them on Amazon either. Arteza were just completely sold out. I would eventually like to get the 120 set, but for the moment I'm happy with my 72. And actually, you know, my Black Widows and Polychromos probably would have the pencils that I'm missing anyway. So I may never get the 120. I might just stick with the 72. We'll see. Don't know. But they're my 3 favourite pencil brands, which I go to the most. And then my favourite supply that I used the most in 2022 is my Pentel Dual Hybrids. I think I have used them on practically, let me see what it said. It said I used them on 72 pages in 2022. And they are the Pentel, that's not the right thing. Pentel Dual Hybrid Metallics. I've got my gel pens in here. So it's these little beauties here. I think I've got practically all of the colours. I've got some duplicates here because I was running down and I just made an order from Cult Pens. But I absolutely love them. They're so glittery. They go down so smooth on the paper. The colour is just beautiful. This green, a lot of mine seem to have split. I don't know if you can see that, but a lot of the gel seems to have split. So I'm having to be really careful with some of them. This is like a yellow and metallic green, and it's just amazing. And I really like this light violet, metallic red, blue as well. But yeah, these are my absolutely all-time favourite gel pens, glitter gel pens for 2022, and I wouldn't be without them. They go on practically every single page that I have. And I get mine from Cult Pens. They're normally about £2.25 per pen, but sometimes, I think last time actually I got like 20% off, so they're like £1.71 a pen. But yeah, I absolutely love them. I do have other gel pens, but these are my go-tos, and what I always tend to drift towards. So yeah, that is my favourite supplies of 2022. And I am going to be doing much better this year of making a note of what I've bought, what books I've bought, so I can do a much better roundup of 2023. So what are my favourite supplies, what are my favourite things I bought, that kind of thing. Because I didn't really do that last year, and last year I only just started my channel. So yeah, so I hope that was useful. Hope I've enabled some of you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!